Celtic began their Scottish Premiership title defence with a narrow home victory as Benjamin Nygre's header downed Dundee. After a drab first half, Sweden midfielder Nygren met a magnificent cross from Kieran Tierney on 52 minutes for the game's only goal. Tierney was one of Celtic's key performers last term as they chased down Hearts in a thrilling finale, and he stood up with a moment of quality once more to start the new campaign. The margin of victory could have been more comfortable for Martin O'Neill's side had Arne Engels and club record signing Casper Hogue not spurned gilt-edged chances in the first half. There was more wasteful finishing after the break, with Hogue poking wide and substitute Sebastian Tunekti firing well over the top after some neat footwork created the opening. Callum McGregor appeared to have added a deserved second when he curled a right-footed shot towards the top corner, but it bounced to safety off the post. Dundee had their moments. Charlie Riley rippled the side netting after a neat layoff from Simon Murray in the first half, and Ashley Hayes' header forced a fine save from Celtic goalkeeper Viliami Sinisalo late on. However, Celtic saw the game out without alarm to take all 3 points. Proven performers to the fore for Celtic against stubborn Dundee. Analysis. As is so often the case in the off-season, the focus at Celtic has been on the transfer market and whether their squad is equipped to compete both domestically and in Europe. Hogg and Camilo Duran are the only summer arrivals so far at Parkhead, and both were handed debuts from the start. Duran was shifted out wide to accommodate Hogg playing through the middle, and the game largely passed the Colombian by, with a neat second-half turn his sole highlight. Hogg was more involved and probably should have got his first Celtic goal, but failed to hit the target with any of his 4 shots inside the Dundee box. Instead, it was 3 established stars who delivered amid a slightly rusty display. Tierney's cross was typical of a player who creates plenty of goals from fullback. Nygren opened his account for the season with a straightforward header after scoring 21 times last season, and McGregor drove standards from midfield, as he so often does. There will almost certainly be further incomings and outgoings at Celtic in the coming weeks, but those core players are who O'Neill will rely on to lead the way. From a Dundee perspective, Pressley spoke of how proud he was of his team post-match, and you can understand why. The visitors put in a huge effort defensively and had their moments at the other end. Centre-back duo Ryan Astley and Owen Bevan were outstanding, making 9 interceptions and 15 clearances between them. On paper, this is their toughest league game, and they returned to Dens Park having limited the damage.